Hello my friends, welcome to this channel. I'm Anna and I help you grow beautiful and healthy plants. In this video I'm going to give 8 hacks or tricks to grow your plants even better, because we all know that it depends on our conditions, how we grow the plants, how lush they can grow. It basically depends on watering, light, soil, pot, etc, etc. But there are also some tricks that you can use in your area to grow them even better. So let's start from trick number 1. It's basically using trellis. It's so important to give support to some of your plants. And there are plants that can grow either hanging or grow on trellis. But there are plants that do definitely like trellises. And you can use any, you can choose any on Amazon. In fact, I have several on my Amazon store. If you would like to go and you can see what I have there, you can pick any on Amazon. You don't need to buy from my store, obviously, because what I could recommend you is buying any trellises, any shapes, any forms that will suit the type of your plant, but also the size of your plant. I use bamboo trellises for my Hoyas and they grow absolutely amazingly on it, because very often when the tendrils grow quite long, they try to find support, and when they don't find support, when they are just growing in a pot, if they don't find support, they get dry. This happens very often to my Hoyas, and we all know that we're waiting for these tendrils to grow so much that we want them to grow and develop leaves, develop roots, and develop also flowers, of course, but sometimes it doesn't happen if they don't have the support. So make sure you use trellises, and it's so much easier to grow Hoyas especially, but you can use it for other plants as well. And besides that, instead of just having a standing plant just hanging or, I don't know, trailing, you can also kind of have this kind of vertical decoration, vertical plant that grows up, that grows straight, and this way you can also elevate your spaces a little bit more. And trick number 2, use sticks with the names of your plants, and use, of course, their Latin names, because especially if you have similar plants, there are so many philodendrons that look a little bit the same. There are so many Hoyas that from the leaves you cannot really say what flower, what color, what variety it is. So using this kind of sticks will help you to always remember the names. Even if you forget, you propagate it and then you forget from which plant it was, you can easily look at the sticks and you will know what plant it is. This is a little bit also, I would say, helping us to remember the correct plant names, and instead of saying each plant, we can know exactly it's Tradescantia zebrina, it's Tradescantia albiflora nanook. Well, nanook is of course, it's such a unique plant that you don't need to have the stick to know the name, but sometimes we forget even their names, right? So using their names, their tags, their labels is always beneficial, and if you give your cuttings to a friend, you can always give with the stick with the name, so that they also start to recognize the plants by their real correct names. Trick number 2, very often we need to wash our plants, and we notice again and again that after washing them, after maybe 2-3 weeks, they're again dusty, the leaves are not shiny. So what you can do, instead of just washing them with water, because very often I just put all my small plants in the bathtub, open the shower and wash them thoroughly. But after a couple of weeks they are dusty and they're not shining at all again. But this is of course not for all the plants. If you have, I don't know, 50 plants, all with small leaves, this is not doable maybe, because this will be quite work for you. You may spend days cleaning all the small leaves one by one. But if you have the chance, if you have especially plants with really big leaves, like that monstera behind me, Ficus elastica, bigger plants basically with bigger leaves, you can dilute a little bit of lemon or lime juice in the water and then clean the leaves with this water, and you will notice that they will stay clean for a longer period of time, and also they will be shinier than being cleaned by just water. Trick number 4. Not all of us are living in amazing tropical conditions. I am not living in such tropical conditions, but our houseplants, at least most of them, are coming from tropical, wonderful countries. I love them. I love Costa Rica especially, but that's totally different story. I'm in love with that country. I've been there twice, and okay, let me not distract from the topic, basically all these plants like very high air humidity. How you can help them with this? Well, easy, just use a humidifier. You can use, of course, water trays and spray them, but this is not a long-term solution. But if you have a humidifier, and I can recommend you one, again, the link will be in the description, you can use any humidifier. Just make sure that you also have the percentage that will be displayed to make you to basically show you how much is the humidity, because you also don't want to make it harmful for humans living in the same space, but somewhere in the middle will be quite okay. So if your humidity level is 50-60, that should be fine for humans and also for your plants. And you will notice how the aerial roots will start to grow immediately. You will maybe even be surprised that your plant didn't have aerial roots. Now they have aerial roots. Amazing. So use a humidifier, especially in dry summer months or in winters when we use our heaters and the air is quite dry for them. Trick number 5, for those who hate nursery plastic pots. Yes, you may hate them. They look ugly. They're not beautiful. They're just brown and black and they are just right? What you can do instead, because plants actually love them. Plants love them because they have so many drainage holes and they grow better there because they have airflow to the roots. They have amazing holes for drainage and the water goes out, doesn't stay there, and basically your plant grows much better. If you really don't like the look of it, you can grow your plant in this plastic pot, but then put the plant in this plastic pot inside of a ceramic pot. And this way the plant will have its plastic pot to grow in and have all the conditions that it needs. And for you, for your aesthetic look of your space, you can have any color, any ceramic pot that will be joyful for you. Or you can also use terracotta pots if you don't like the plastic pots. Still, terracotta pots, clay pots will be brown, but they will have this kind of natural look and your plant will even stand out in it. So if you prefer ceramic colorful pots or clay pots, choose the right pot for your plant and just stick them together. Put them together and it's a win-win. If you don't have time to water your plants, if you're very busy, or if you want to go for a holiday for 1-2 weeks without asking someone to come and water your plants, and this is trick number 6, you can use these plastic bowls. They will not replace watering, so make sure that you don't always use it because they will not really do the trick with watering. This is not enough, but for 1-2 weeks, depending on the climate that you have, this must be enough for some plants, and you can use them to go on holiday for a week or 2 weeks, and there will be no problem at all with watering. When you come back, most probably the bowls will be already empty, there will be no water, but during this whole time, your plants will be watered enough because the water from these bowls goes very slowly into the soil, having this balance of not overwatering it, but also not underwatering it. And if you would like to see how I use it when I go on holiday, I have a specific video only about this watering bulbs, watering bowls. And if you would like to see how I use these watering bowls, I have a specific video for that as well, because there is a difference which soil, first of all, it will work with and how you stick them into the soil. So how to do the whole process, there is a link in the description. You can watch that video as well. Let's go on. And by the way, if you have made so far, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video because it will help us also reach more people that like to grow plants, and it's absolutely for free if you like the video. And also, of course, if you have any other tricks, don't hesitate to write them in the comments. It will be for everyone to read them and learn from you as well. And trick number 7 is about our terracotta or clay pots, because very often they will have salt disposal on it, or even mold, because that's the nature of clay pots. They are breathing, they are getting basically water or humidity from the water when you water your plants, and very often we can see the salt, basically some stains, white stains on it, and even mold. But you can very easily clean them just using vinegar. You can dilute a little bit of vinegar in the water and spray the pots and then clean it. If it's just salt, you can clean under the water, just basic very easy. So don't be disappointed. Don't repot them in clean pot, because after a couple of months you will have exactly the same. So you can very easily just dilute vinegar in the water, use a cloth, a tissue with this water, and then just clean from all sides. And then your clay pots will be again clean for a couple of months until you will need to repeat the process again and again. And trick number 8. I myself have been complaining about this so much my whole life, because we people who like to grow plants, we never have enough space. Even if you will have tons of shelves, it's not enough, because we always want more and more and more and more plants. So what can be the solution? Hang them. If you don't have any place to hang them from, think about your ceiling. Everyone has a ceiling, and you can use your ceiling to hang your plants. You can just have hooks there, you can have a branch, and you can use several other hooks to put on this branch to hang then your plants with macrame hangers or some other hangers. I have a specific video about that as well. That will be also in the description of this video if you would like to see how you can make hangers from wooden sticks absolutely for free. You can go ahead, not for free, okay, because you will need to buy the hooks, but it's still very cheap, and you can have a look at that video and let me know what you think about it. If you have other tricks for all of us, please write them down in the comments. Stay passionate about plants. I will see you in the next one.